I want to thank you all first and foremost for joining me for the Oracle Cave. This is a one-shot for Dragonbane. This adventure is actually part of a larger campaign, The Secret of the Dragon Emperor. This is one of the possible locations that you might visit, and it is well suited and ideal for a one-shot. And so I am going to let you experience the Oracle Cave. Grab my notes. Near the small town of Outskirt, there is a farm, and a child has gone missing from this farm. The child is Rorik, a young boy of 6 who has been abducted. He was playing outside the family farm when he was taken by brigands. His parents followed him into the Iron Forest and then were turned away after losing the trail, and they have returned to town seeking anyone who can help them. At the Three Stags Inn, you hear this sad tale as they ask for someone, anyone, to help to rescue their boy, Rorik. Some of the folk in the inn are rather dubious of this whole scenario when they hear that they have gone into the Iron Woods. And you hear an old man, too old to farm, too old to do much in town except for gossip, at the Three Stags Inn. Yeah, the Iron Forest. That's where the Oracle is said to dwell. And it's likely you've not heard of the Oracle. Let me have Aedan. Give me a Myths and Legends roll, please. Oh, yeah, you have definitely not heard of the Oracle, but you
I know that guy.
yeah, Oracle. You know that there are oracles in the world, and that we're our own world. You know that in old times, the Greeks and Persians, the Romans would travel to various oracles. The Oracle at Delphi, for example, to ask great questions. Should I go to war? Should I defend my lands? Should I do this or that? Should I marry this person? They would ask the oracle, and oftentimes the answer would be cryptic, but they took it as words from the gods. And perhaps this is the same, that just perhaps these brigands have brought an offering to the oracle. Many times someone might take a bowl of grain or a sheep, or if they could afford it, an ox. But the best portents come with the blood of a child. And you suspect, Aedan, that might be what's at stake. Now, Johann, you are no stranger to the rough ways of the wild. You perhaps spent time as a mercenary, perhaps, or at least you have probably done things that you're maybe not proud of. But would kidnapping a child and offering them as sacrifice to an oracle, is that something that Johann would be okay with?
Well, it definitely sounds like something he would put a stop to.
What about you, Makander, as a knight, hearing the pleas of these poor parents? Could you stand by while their child is potentially put to death?
Certainly not. I would go forth on my own without anybody helping me. If need be, I would rescue that child and bring him back.
And lastly, Cutter. You hear this tale, and you're probably living on the opposite side of the line that maybe Makander spends most of his time on, as far as doing good and doing right. You've maybe done a few things that you're not proud of, but again, is this something that Cutter would be okay with?
Yeah, I think Cutter is watching to see who responds to the parent's tale, and as he sees a knight and a large warrior with his shield making like they're going to go, he would sidle up to them and offer his services because there might be something valuable the Oracle holds, and that might be interesting.
Yeah, well, you know, people are bringing offerings, and they're probably offerings of gold and jewels and other things. You know, not just meat, but whatever they could bring. They would bring their greatest if they wanted the best oracle pronouncement.
Yeah, so he's got a couple little marbles in his hands. He's twirling them around deftly on his fingers and says, I could be of use to you, large, strong men. Maybe there's some traps or something that this oracle has. I'm a pretty good scout.
Aedan, you overhear all of this, the sad tale of woe from the parents, this old man speaking of oracles, these brave souls willing to face this danger. How does Aedan feel about this?
Well, I'm not necessarily what you'd call a brave man, but I'm a little motivated by the sounds of the parents and their kid, and that doesn't sit too well with me. So I kind of get involved, and well, it sounds like some kids need rescuing. I'd be willing to help with that.
It will take you about a day to get to the Iron Forest. And there are, I dare say, roads. It's more worn paths between here and there, but once you reach the Iron Woods, there may be no paths at all other than game trails. So the first little bit of time, it's a rather easy trek and travel. You know the direction you're headed. It would be hard to get lost. But when you reach the Iron Woods, this is where things become more difficult. And you arrive there kind of mid-afternoon. And there's a distinct chill in the air. Autumn is not far away. And you can hear that the calls of birds that you have been accustomed to through much of your journey is now distinctly and noticeably absent. And we will need to make a travel roll to find our way through the woods. The way that journeys or travel works in Dragonbane is it's a bushcraft roll. And I'll let you guys decide who wants to make this roll. If you succeed, you do not become lost in the Iron Woods. If you fail, there is a table of mishaps that we get to roll on. So I'll let you guys decide who is our trailblazer, who's the pathfinder.
Well,
not me.
I do have a pretty high bushcraft skill of 15, so I'm not sure if anyone has a higher one.
I grew up in the
You
city.
should definitely.
Yeah, Cutter, you know the streets, you don't know the woods.
I like water, so.
Aedan, give us that bushcraft roll.
Alrighty.
Excellent. You find the paths, and you reach a point where you see that there is a small clearing, and you spot a huge wasp's nest hanging in a tree from this clearing, and you think it's probably best to avoid this. So you lead the group around. It takes a little bit of time out of your way, but you can hear the droning of those wasps even from further away in the woods, and you know it was probably best avoided, and that is what you did avoid by having that successful bushcraft roll. You come up to the Oracle Cave, and it is approaching evening. The sun is setting, the light is dimming, and as you approach, you see, much like we see before us on the screen now, there is a cave hewn into the rock face of a cliff. There are hewn stone steps leading up. There's a small altar. There are a few candles and bowls of votive offerings that have been set out here. This is clearly a place that gets visitors from time to time, yet you cannot avoid missing the fact that this is a dark hole. It's wide enough for several people to walk next to each other, that gapes straight down into the earth. The cold of the underground flows out from the opening. The small wooden bowls filled with fruits and pieces of dried meat have been lined up on a rock just outside the entrance. Let me have Cutter give me a spot hidden roll as you approach. Oh, nice. You notice that near that altar there are smears of blood, and they lead into the tunnel. Some look to be quite old, almost rust-colored, and would flake up if you were to rub them. And there's one that is still relatively damp. You estimate it's been here for less than 16 hours.
Gentlemen, I see a little bit of sign of danger. We should proceed with caution.
Let's go.
Caution is for the weak.
That's
I start
exactly
walking.
what McAnder would say. Let's go to the cave. So you should see the map. We will need to provide some light. If you have a torch, I can equip your character with torch light, or if Aodin wants to use light, there we've got some light. Looks like that's Johan with a torch. Anyone else want to light up a torch? Or I think Aodin has the light spell. Oh no, you don't. You have ignite. Never mind.
Yeah, I've ignited.
I have a torch, so I can find it. Inventory. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, Sir Knight, it appears that perhaps you should lead the way, since you're so brave.
Let me.
Oh, can you not have a torch and a weapon equipped at the same time?
So you can have 3 things. It's called at hand. So you can have, and these would be items that you could easily switch to back and forth. So you would have to put like one of your daggers back, and then
Gotcha.
you could have your torch.
Yeah.
And I've got a macro on here that will let me light a torch for you. There. Now you've got torch light, and as you move, that light will go with you. So up ahead of you, you can see the altar with the bowls on it, and I will let you guys begin to enter into the Oracle Cave. If you need a refresher on Foundry, if you need to zoom in and out, it's the scroll wheel on the mouse or page up, page down. If you need to drag the map around, you can hold down the right button and then drag, and it will reposition the map for you. And to move your token, you can either, if you've selected it, you can do the up and down arrows left and right, or you can just drag them with your mouse where you want to go. Now, McAnder, give me an awareness roll.
Awareness roll.
And Johan, what are you looking for?
Well, I suppose most of this loot is no longer going to
Of
be
course.
needed. Figured might as well look through and see if there's anything that could aid us in on our journey.
Let me roll and see. Oh, you do find something. You find a lyre, a small stringed instrument. And McAnder, you all you hear is the dripping sounds of a cave where water from above is slowly seeping through the rock. And sorry, what was
Hold
that,
up,
Johan?
sir.
Well, I'm not sure how a lyre could help us, but I suppose if anyone wants it, there is one here.
Likely a bard probably came here and made an offering about where they should go and perform, or should they give up music altogether.
Cutter says,
Okay.
I never told a lie. What are you talking about?
A small lyre. So, McAnder, you continue to look around, but the tunnel runs deep into the rock and it begins to slope steeply downwards. It is cold, damp, and pitch black. The caves are dripping with moisture, and there's a musty smell of algae in here. And let me just make a quick roll here. Okay. Excellent.
Oh, interesting.
Now the
Easy,
blood,
good night.
the blood trail continues on into this cave.
Let me scout ahead as we get to the next area here, and I'll try to listen for
Yeah.
any.
Do you want to try to be stealthy, Cutter? You can make a sneaking
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, I do. Sneaking. Yeah.
Excellent. So you draw yourself down and begin to scout up ahead, and not too far from you, you see that the tunnel opens into a larger space up ahead of you, but there are two side passages here. They're very narrow. It might take someone who is rather agile to slip through there. If you're wearing armor, Makander would probably struggle to get through there, but it is doable. Might scrape his way through. Cutter would have no problem getting through there. Aoden, likewise. Johan, being larger, you may struggle as well. It may take an acrobatics roll if you want to go through those narrow passageways. But Cutter,
Are there any sounds I'm hearing?
give me an awareness roll.
Oh.
It's-
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna push it.
It's difficult with all the dripping. It sounds like there is moisture. In fact, more dripping than you might expect. There may be a subterranean river or pond or pool or something in here. The smell of algae, there's definitely a lot of moisture in here.
I'll turn around and motion for my compatriots to follow and ask them, which way should we go?
Is there a particular tunnel that smells less foul?
They all smell kind of foul to Cutter, like mildew. It smells like a locker room. It's kind of nasty. But there is a distinctly foul odor coming from up ahead. It smells like decay or like a carcass.
I do believe death may be straight ahead. I'll allow one of you larger men to lead on.
Cutter the Bold.
Nope, that's
Aside.
me.
Bolstered by Johann's light. You see it right there. You see on the floor, on the ground, there is the corpse of a massacred orc. Their arms and legs have been torn off, and in some places the bones have been picked clean. Many of the bones are still pink, as though they have not dried out. There's still moisture in them. This is very fresh. There are some belongings around here. The armor is pretty badly damaged, would not be usable, but there is a long sword lying here. It's kind of crude looking. He's laying on top of a gut pile. You could roll him over and see if there's anything under him. But if anyone wants that long sword, it is available. If you want to search his body,
No.
that would be a spot hidden roll.
Okay, I'll do that. Hidden.
Well, Makander is searching
Ooh.
the orc. Can I tell what fate might have befallen him? What might have taken him out? That is.
Yeah, give me a healing roll to try and determine that. And Makander, as you roll him over, his entrails just spill out onto your feet, and you recoil in fear. Give me a Constitution roll to avoid just heaving your guts out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you maybe vomit into your bill a little bit and then struggle and just swallow it right down. Your breath will be foul for the next several minutes, but it was better than losing your lunch.
I am a duck.
Johan, what skill are you going to use?
Well, I'm not the best at healing, but if I could perhaps make
adaptive?
that, yes, a weapon skill.
Yeah,
To
you could do swords.
see if these cuts were made by a sword.
So
or-
Johann is using one of his heroic abilities, adaptive. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, these were definitely made by swords. It looks as though he was just chopped to pieces by blades. You can see long, clean cuts and many smaller cuts, as though several people hacked this orc to death. Probably those bandits that you were told may have brought the child here.
Cutter gingerly avoids the body.
Now up here, you can spot just at the edge of the torchlight. There is running water.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
So the tunnel is crossed by raging black water that disappears. It travels from west to east. You see the passage continues on the other side of the river. The river's about 4 meters wide. If you want to jump, here's how jumping works. You have your movement rate. Let's look at McCander. His movement rate is 8. You can jump half of your movement rate, and you would need to make an acrobatics roll. So that would be 4 meters, and this is a 4-meter jump. So it would be an acrobatics roll. Your plate armor gives you a bane on that. If it's 1/4 of your movement, which I think... Does someone have 12? Does Cutter
I do.
has 12. You don't even need to make a roll. You could make that jump. Or sorry, that would actually be 1/3. So that wouldn't be 1/4. You would still need to make a roll. If it were a 3-meter jump, but it's about 4 meters here. So it's likely going to be acrobatics rolls to get across this, unless you can come up with another way.
I could jump to the other side and see what we see over there, or we could head back knowing our rear is perhaps safe, at least from things that are heavy.
Let me make
well, if
another
you're going
dice roll too.
jump across, perhaps you could hold on to the end of this rope, and the rest of us could have an easier time getting across.
Ah, that sounds like a plan.
So someone would have to make that jump, but then having that rope would give everyone a boon, or everyone else would get a boon. So probably whoever you want to go first would likely be the person with the highest acrobatics score. Probably Cutter.
I'm pretty agile. Stand back, Sir Duck. And he'll run and charge, grab the rope first and run and charge and make a leap.
Famous last words.
So if I've got the rope, it says that you have a boon, but I don't know if I get a boon.
Yeah,
So
so you're not able to use the rope yourself.
Just roll straight.
Yeah.
All right. So no, I'm gonna
that's
push.
terrible. That's terrible.
I think that he was a little angry to have to do this and help everybody else out, especially a duck who should be good at swimming. So he's gonna push and be a little angry. There we go.
So
And
you
he leaps
maybe
across.
as you leap across, you hit the bank and you begin to fall. And rather than fall backwards, you curl into a ball and you come down hard on your knees. Makes you a little upset, like I should have been able to do that. But you get the rope stretched across. Now you can see from here, Cutter, just to the north of you, there are a huge curtain of spider webs hanging down from the ceiling.
Yeah. I'll whisper across as loud as I have to across the roaring stream here. There seem to be some webs ahead.
Well,
Did the
even
rumor
with
say anything about spiders?
even with an advantage, I still have a horrible aerobic skill. So
Well, we can pull me
I'm not
across.
too keen on jumping over.
Johann.
But if Cutter wants to go look for spiders, he can tell me what he finds.
Yes.
So Johann makes it across, and at this point, Cutter, give me a sneaking roll as Johann uses the rope to get across. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Excellent. Who's next?
This is an agility roll?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Oh, duh.
Which Mikander will have a bane on because of his armor.
Yeah,
What
I have
about-
actually 2 banes.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you took.
Oh, shoot.
Yep.
Do you want to push that?
Sure. I'm pretty angry at that.
One of those should cancel out for the rope, though. It should only have to be the one bane, right?
Well, it
Yeah,
should
you,
be-
so you've got 2 banes and a boon, so you should only been rolling one of those.
Oh, do I need to
let's-
reroll? Or?
Yeah, let's for the sake of learning, let me take angry off of there. And let's do it again.
Okay.
So this time when you roll acrobatics, it will automatically give you all of your banes. Just add the 1 boon, and then it should just roll with 1 bane. There we go. Oh gosh. Yeah, demon's even worse. So shoot, yeah, you can't push a demon. Dang. Okay. Well, you're gonna fail either way, so
Yep.
all right, so Mikander, you hit the water with a loud splash. Thankfully, you're a duck. Give me a swimming roll, and you've got webbed feet. You get a boon on swimming. Ooh. Do you push that?
I should, because I'm angry because I can't swim.
Oh, there we go. Got a dragon.
Okay.
You manage to struggle, but you pull yourself up, sputtering and splattering up on this other side. Now, that created a little bit of noise. So as Aoden is preparing to grab the rope, you have attracted the attention of some spiderlings, and we're going to be in initiative. So if you go on the upper right toolbar, the second one, the 2 crossed swords, is the initiative page. You can just click on the deck of cards next to your name, and it will draw cards for you. Or draw a card for you. If you can't find it, let me know. I can draw the cards for you if you need me to.
Look on the cards.
Do you see where the cards
I'm getting a
are?
message. Yeah, I see the cards.
So then if you just click on the card...
Oh, now it works.
There we go.
Yeah.
I reshuffled the deck just to be safe. There we go. So this spiderling, this is a monster. And monsters in Dragonbane they're harder than your average foe. This isn't a really nasty monster, but it has what's called ferocity. So with ferocity, it can attack multiple times in a round. And these spiderlings actually have a ferocity equal to the number of PCs minus 1, so ferocity 3. Monster attacks always hit. They don't have to roll to hit, they will always hit, but you can always try to evade them. Only certain monster attacks can be parried. So thankfully, this first round, the spiders go last, but they go 3 times. First up is Aoden. Aoden, you can see these spiders just at the edge of your view. They are approximately 20 meters from you, 10 squares. You have an action. You can move and take an action. If you want to try to cross right now, that would be your action. If you want to get the help of Cutter, that's actually going to use Cutter's action to hold the rope.
Well, I mean, even with I have a horrible acrobatics, so I don't really have a good chance of making it across. Anyway, I mean,
Can I tell him? Can I yell across? Tie the rope on your waist, and we'll maybe use a I don't know, a strength or an acrobatics to pull him across.
Yeah, so that would take your action, Aoden, if you want to tie that rope around your waist, and they can hopefully just jerk you across the water. Even if you fall into the water, they will pull you out. Do you want to do that with your action for this first round?
well, I mean, I don't really see the advantage of me going across the water. I use fire spells and stuff like that.
Sure.
Is Aoden a human?
Yeah.
Can he use adaptive to do this with a different skill?
Well, like I'm saying,
Yes.
I really don't want to cross the water because I use fire spells and stuff.
Yeah,
So
just shoot a
there's really
fireball.
there's really no advantage for me to jump across there except
Right.
get more easily attacked.
So if you were to cast your fireball, your range on your fireball is 20 meters. You're exactly 20 meters away from them. It's almost like I planned it this way. If you want to use that on your turn, you can click on your character sheet. You can click on fireball, and then it will ask if there's any boons or banes. There's not. You'll just make a roll. This is a casting roll, so this goes against your elementalism skill. And if you succeed, your fireball will go off.
Alrighty.
That is a success. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice. 8 damage. Now, fire has full effect on these spiderlings. They take the full 8 points of damage. You hear many of them sizzle and pop as the flames roll through their number. You have movement left, Aoden. You couldn't use that to get across, but I think you're probably just fine right where you are for now. Johan, you're up next.
Yep.
They're out of my reach, so I will switch with the spiderlings at number 7.
And hopefully they'll move up, so let me swap initiative with spiderlings number 7. Okay, the spiderlings... I will roll. There's a random table that does their attack table. Oh, let me grab it. These guys are missing their attack table. 1 second. Pull this up. So I will make a random roll to see what their attack is. Climbing horror. They come pouring towards the player characters and climb all over their bodies. Everyone within 10 meters. Now the spider can move. Like it's going to move up to this edge of the webs. That's going to be everyone but Aoden is going to have to do this. So this is a fear attack. So it doesn't do damage, but you have to, if you're Johan, you do fearless, which means he's immune to it. But it costs him willpower. But for Makander and Cutter, you need to make a will roll. If you fail it, I will roll on the fear table, and you will suffer the effects. You can also evade this if you want, but that will cost you your action. Oh, man. Okay. We'll get to Makander in a second. Cutter, do you want to push that will roll?
No, I think I'll take it.
Okay, you will both wild panic. In a fit of utter panic, you flee the scene as fast as you can. On your next turn, you're going in the water. On your next turn, you must dash away from the source of your fear. You'll make another roll on each subsequent turn to stop running and act normally. So you're going to have to go backwards, which will be into the water. If you... Oh, shoot, yeah.
Could we run and jump? Could I try to jump back?
Yes, you could try to jump. Yep. You wouldn't have the benefit of the rope.
Right.
Johan, your turn.
Oh, the spiders are in range now, so I will move up and bring down a blow with my Morning Star.
Comet's Fury.
Nice.
Oh, that's a... So this is So Johan has gamed with me before. He has a magic weapon. And so on a roll of 1 or 2, it counts as a dragon. And he got a 2, so that's a dragon with his Morning Star. If you get a dragon on an attack, you can either double your weapon damage, you can get a free attack against another enemy, or depending on the weapon, you can ignore armor if it's a stabbing or piercing weapon. So 14 damage. This is what's called a swarm, so they only take half damage from weapons like that, so they're only going to take 7. But they still felt that. There's a little bit of blood splattered out from under them. They are more than halfway dead. Cutter, you need to get across that river as fast as you can. That will be an acrobatics roll to jump across. Oh, that was on an 18 and then rolled off. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I leap across.
You'll make it across, and then you've still got some movement. You will move 6 more squares. And then give me another will roll to see if you can shake off this sense of wild panic. Yeah, you come to your senses like, what am I doing? The battle's that way. And you turn around. Makander, you need to jump across that river as well. This is another acrobatics roll. This will be with a double bane. So I'm just going to look up the what happens in the water, because that's...
I was at 3.
Wow, that was close. So there was your regular roll plus a bane from your armor, and a bane because you took
Oh,
haste.
right.
So you can push that if you want, otherwise you will be in the water.
Nah, I'm just going to be in the water.
All right, you are in the water. Give me a swimming roll. You do get a boon on this.
And
Oh, it's almost.
Do you push the swimming roll?
no, I'm just going to accept it.
Okay, you drift downstream into the darkness to right there.
Oh no!
Okay.
The spiders. Joint attack. They're going to attack Johan. You're the only one in range. 2d4 slashing, and you'll suffer a fear attack. Armor has no effect. Johan takes 3. That could have been way worse. 3 damage, and then I need a will roll. Oh, fearless. There we go. And then the spiderling's last turn. Caught in the web. This might be Aedan. I'm going to make a die roll. 1 is Johan, 2 is Aedan. It's Johan. So you will be caught in webs. You will be restrained. Breaking free will require a strength roll. You won't be able to move. You can still swing your sword, but that is it. So let me mark you as restrained. And we go to round 2. The spiderlings are up first, and then Aedan, and then Cutter. Mass attack. They're going to move around to here, and they're going to climb over the cave ceiling so that they can get to Aedan. And oh no, they wouldn't go into the water yet. So Johan and Aedan, you have not. This is a new round, so you have an action. If you want to evade this, you can spend your action to evade. Otherwise, you're going to take the hit. It'll be 1d6 piercing, and armor has no effect. Does either of you want to try to evade this?
Let me take a look.
Johan does.
What do I have to roll to evade?
You'd have to roll your evade skill.
Okay. Yeah, I can take a. I'll try it.
All right. Ooh, 5 damage. Armor has no effect. Your evade is successful, so you take no damage, Aedan. 5 to Johan. And then, Aedan, you can move 1 square. All right. Now, here's a question. It's Cutter's turn. Do you want to trade with Johan? He might be able to take out the spiderlings. Otherwise, he's probably going to get murdered.
Yeah, let him go. He's got a better chance than I do to take him out.
All right. Johan, can you save yourself?
Hopefully.
Not quite. They're down to 5 hit points. Do you move, Johan?
No.
Okay. Oh, you're restrained. I guess you couldn't move. Spiderlings come pouring towards. This will be Johan and Aedan. This is a fear attack. Will roll to resist fear.
Nice.
Excellent. And Aedan. Oh, excellent. Caught in a web, they are going to catch Aoden in a... no, well... yeah. So they're going to get Aoden caught in a web. You cannot resist because you've used your action, so you will be restrained as well. Cutter.
Yeah. I think Cutter is going to run up and seeing his friend restrained, he'll step aside and sling his bow. And that's going to be a sling? Or sling, yeah, sling is sling, not his
Yep.
bow.
It looks
And,
like a bow.
I guess I need to,
Yeah, you
I
can
need to
target those
target.
spiderlings. Excellent.
Okay.
And then click on your sling.
Yeah, targeted and range attack roll. Oof, not quite. I can push. We've got McCander. They've already gone. I think I'm going to be a little disheartened as I miss, but take another strike.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Roll damage.
Oh. Two.
Minimum damage.
Yeah, that's why I was disheartened. It only hit one of the spiders.
McCander, give me a swimming roll. Oh, you should have a boon.
I did.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
but
you have dazed.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah. You get pushed down into the water a little bit again. Let me get you pushed downstream into the darkness. And you hear this faint quacking disappearing into the distance.
We've lost our knight.
Give me a bushcraft roll as the water is very, very cold. I heard him. Okay, you're struggling. You're in a world of hurt, McCander.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh no, brutal.
All right. Okay, this is a fear attack now for Johann, Cutter, and Aoden. Johann resists it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push.
How about Aoden? A will roll. Aoden's good, but Cutter. Let's roll on the fear table. Panting, you become exhausted. All the running away, and you come back and go ahead and take the
Back and
exhausted
forth.
condition.
Yep.
Who has the lowest constitutions? Probably Aoden. What's let me take a look here. Aoden's con is 11. What is Cutter's con?
12.
12. And Johann, what's your constitution?
15.
They're going after Aoden. Aoden, you've not acted. You can evade this if you like. Otherwise, they're going to hit you for slashing damage and another fear attack.
All right.
Do you want to take the hit or are you going to evade? Oh, nice. You evade. Their last attack.
Yep.
You are good. Let's see what their last attack is. Okay. So Johann, Aoden, and Cutter. You will each take damage. Johann and Cutter, you can try to evade this one. Aoden cannot because he's already used his action. Or you guys can take the hit. Armor has no effect on this.
It's a D6. Yeah, I'll take it.
Johann, you going to take it?
Yes, I will as well.
2. 2 damage to each of you, and including Aoden. Now, hopefully you can finish them off. Johan.
Yes, hopefully so.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
That will do it. Johan, tell me how you put an end to this spider swarm.
Well, I imagine there's quite a few of them, so I'm just frantically swinging about my Morning Star and wiping out this small little horde of spiders.
Nice. Makander, give me another swimming roll.
Sure. So, do I need to put... No, never mind.
Oh, man.
My
Dang
God.
it. Dang it.
How's a duck drowning? How is a duck
Right?
drowning?
Okay. Johan and Aoden, you'll need to break out of your webs. It's not... Now that you're not in combat, it's no big deal to do that, so I'm going to remove your restrained. And then the 3 of you can take actions while poor Makander does not know where he is or where he's going. But he is drifting downstream.
Well, I will rest for a second, and then
Okay.
perhaps one of us should hold onto the rope while the other swims down, trying to find our Sir Knight, who has gone downstream.
How's your... You have our most strong constitution. I'm happy to hold the rope for you, unless your health is one that you're worried about.
Well, my swimming's a 5. I'm not sure if anyone has better than that.
I have a 7. I don't want to. We need to get out of here, and I think we need a knight to help us. So I'll hand one end of the rope and maybe. He curses and jumps into the water.
I'm quite strong, so I'll be able to pull you back. Just tug twice, and I'll know that you found the duck.
Let me roll a d6. If it's an even number, your torch goes out. No, your torch stays lit.
Okay. I'm sputtering, keeping it above the water here.
Is that a 10 meter rope?
I think it was 20, maybe. I've got... Oh no, yeah, 10 meters. I've got another rope in my inventory. Maybe we could tie them together. I don't know.
There we go. We could do that. So we'll see. You
Okay.
get the 2 ropes together. You end up down here, and you can see there is a little spit of land not far from you, but no sign of Makander. Makander, give me another swimming roll. Okay, and
I can only roll big.
playing the wrong game here.
Playing the wrong game, yeah.
Cutter, give me a swim roll as well.
Swim, okay. Here we go. Come on, baby. Nope.
Do you want
I
to
don't-
try to get to the land here, or you would have to
Yeah, I
let
think-
go of the rope if you want to go more?
I think if I get to the edge of the rope, I'll try to get to the land. Whichever one's easier for me to.
Which one do you want to try to get to? You're about right in the middle.
I think I will go down,
Okay.
hoping that I can maybe find my way back to my friends.
You managed.
So I'll let go of the rope.
You managed to get there, Johan. You feel the rope go slack in your hands. It's like if you were fishing, the fish has off the line.
I will call out and see if the halfling responds. Hopefully.
It's quite loud.
I found some land, but not the duck. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
Give me an
I'll try to-
awareness roll, Johan, to see if you can hear that. No, the river's pretty
the
loud.
river's loud. Yes.
I think I'll just continue back and hope that I maybe don't run into anything. This
You're
looks
beginning
familiar.
yeah, you've reached familiar terrain here. You've been here before, and then you see Aedan. Like, oh, where did he go?
I couldn't find the duck. We hit the end of the rope.
Makander, give me another swim roll.
Is there anything else that I can do here?
From the water, from where you're at.
Yeah.
In just a second, you're going to end up somewhere. This is just to see if you have control of where you end up. Oh, hey,
Hey.
you got it. Okay. Do you want to end up on to the north, to the east, or to the south?
I'm going to say north.
Okay. I'm going to put you to the north. Let me move you up there. You feel yourself reaching shallow water, and you pull yourself up onto a bank. You are in a kind of a still pool. It feels very deep, but as you reach an edge, you find it with your foot, and you pull yourself up on dry ground. Do you have...
Is my torch still lit?
Your torch is not lit. You can light it. It will take a bushcraft roll if you want to try and light it. You do have a flint and tinder.
Oh, yeah. Let's try and light it. Bushcraft. And I'm already angry. This would be great.
Oh, shoot. Now, your torch is it's pretty wet. You're sparking it, but it just does not want to take. You can wander around, but it's going to be... Your movement will be cut in half. So you're only going to be able to move a couple of squares. Your movement is 8. So normally you could move 4 squares. You're only going to be able to move 2 squares, but I could kind of move you in the direction that you're heading. You find a wall, and you kind of follow that wall. You get up to about here. Give me an awareness roll, Makander. You hear sounds. It's hard to tell where they're coming from because everything echoes here where you are. But it sounds like splashing behind you. And that's the direction that you just came. It's almost like maybe something is coming after you.
Great. Bring it on.
Sweet.
Let me hit something.
Draw out your battle axe. Let's go back to the others that are not lost. But they're on opposite sides of a river. What do you guys do?
I'll say, where I came, there was another crossing with a passage to the north and to the south. The south just looped back here, but perhaps if we explore north, we may find the lost child, or maybe our friend Knight.
Yes, that seems to be our best course of action.
Johan, would you toss the rope over to us?
Yes, I will hold the rope back up, and then if we want to secure that to the other side.
Securing it would probably mean that Cutter holds it. That would help Aedan get across, and then Cutter's going to have to maybe hold the rope while Johan pulls. So Aedan, you would have advantage on this acrobatics roll. You'd have a boon on there. In fact, with both of them holding and helping, I'm going to give you 2 boons.
What would that be, an acrobatic?
Acrobatics. You can. You're a human. You have adaptive. You can use a different skill if you can tell me how you're using that skill. Like how Johan tried to use his sword skill to determine how that orc had died. It would cost you 3 willpower, but then you could choose a skill. Preferably one that you're good at. Like you could use your staves and maybe try and pole vault yourself across the river or something.
Okay, yeah, I could try that. And then would I get my boon still?
Yes.
Okay, well, let me try that then.
So it'll cost you the 3 willpower, and then you can just give me that roll instead. Excellent.
No. And I just barely
Just
made that.
barely, yeah. Well, that was close. But you managed to get across, and now, Cutter, we need to get you across there.
Okay. I think I'll tie the rope to myself in case I don't make it, but what am I saying? I can make this. Do I get any... so I do get a boon or I don't?
You do not get a boon.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
you got it.
Make it? Okay, yeah.
Pays to be
And-
agile.
Yeah.
You are across the river. Now, to the north of you, there are ample spider webs. Along the walls of the cave, you see more eggs. This place has been home to small spiders for quite some time. There's small bundles wrapped in, looks like rats, and maybe even larger things, like maybe a wolf has been wrapped up here by spider webs and eaten by these spiderlings.
Does it look like... oh, well, I
No.
wouldn't know anything. I was wondering if perhaps if we walked on these webs, if that's going to alert something, but I am confident that...
Well,
nothing will.
you probably would say, oh yeah, absolutely, don't touch the webs. So maybe you think like, no matter what, don't touch them, even though that may not be true. But you could be cautious. It
The
looks
water
as
seemed
though-
to rush to the east. If we should perhaps go that direction?
Now you can get through the webs here. You can just move through. It's kind of tough going. If you want to try to get through without disturbing the webs, that's a sneaking roll. If you don't care, you can just move through.
I will sneak.
Yes, you will. Oh.
Well, I try to, but
Yeah.
I'm a little noisy.
You feel the vibrations through the webs, and you clench a little bit, thinking, oh no, and then Aedan just barges right through, just swatting them away with his staff. McCander, you can go north or south. It sounds like to the south, maybe something in the water. And then you begin to see light. You see light up ahead of you.
Oh, then I'll head towards the light.
Perfect. You move up into the light just as you see Johan and Cutter enter into this room. Now this room, along the walls of this cave, lie old swords and armor covered in dust and dirt. Yellowed bones, blankly glaring skulls seen here and there. Now most of the gear is broken beyond repair. However, you find quite a few items here that are perfectly usable. There's a broadsword. There is a mace that looks to be of very fine craftsmanship. This would be called mastercrafted. There's a suit of chainmail armor. There's also a helmet, still in usable condition. Aedan, give me a Myths and Legends roll.
This and
Yeah, you know
Wow.
that helmet is no ordinary helmet. This is a helmet that you have heard of. This magnificent great helm is polished to a mirror finish, and while all great helms suffer a bane on all ranged attacks, this helm does not give the wearer a bane on awareness. So this does give armor, but it does not give you a bane on awareness. This is definitely a useful item. Some of the heraldry on the chainmail and on the helm, this is old stuff. This is ancient, likely from the long ago draconic empire of Eladane. If anyone wants to give it a more thorough search, a spot hidden roll would be what you would use, as you spend about 10 or 15 minutes picking through the remains in here. There is a narrow passageway, like those other ones that seemed kind of cramped, up here in the northeast corner. Aiden, how about a spot hidden? Do you find anything worthwhile in here?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, leave it to the wizard. You find a treasure card. So you find a short sword. You also find a ring. And this ring you recognize with your Myths and Legends roll. This is the Ring of the Warlock. This is a coveted ring for spellcasters. You also find a potion of haste.
Nice.
This Ring of the Warlock, if you're to put it on, it's a magical silver ring with a blue gem encased by little claws. You, while wearing this ring, you get +1 willpower points. It will automatically add that to your character when it's equipped. And once per shift, which is like 6 or 8 hours, when you cast a spell, you can roll with a boon when rolling against your spell school. So at 1 point per 8 hours, you can get a free boon on any spell that you're casting. So if you guys want to divide up some of this loot, you can just kind of say what you want and just drag it onto your character sheet. I think the Ring of the Warlock is probably best for Aedan.
Yep, I'll take that one.
The chainmail and the helm are probably more for the fighter or the knight. The mace, probably whoever has a good hammer skill.
I have pretty good hammer skills.
Johan
So-
has chainmail already, but he wouldn't mind a helmet so that he could get his armor up to 6 instead of 4.
You've taken a beating if you want the gleaming skull. The broadsword is nice. The nice thing with the mace, you don't need a high strength for it because it is mastercrafted. You only need a strength of 4. That would use the hammer skill. That potion of haste it basically gives you ferocity, would let you act twice per round in combat, but then when you're done, it leaves you exhausted. So if anyone wants to do or needs to do their shift rest, you can do that now, or you can wait and see if maybe you need it more later.
I don't need it badly. I do have several conditions. I don't need any of the items except perhaps the potion of haste, but I'm also happy to let a fighter take that.
Yeah, I'll take the Ring of the Warlock.
Perfect. Do you want the gleaming helm, Johan?
Sure.
There is a short sword. Cutter, your swords are not great. Your knives are way better. You're probably better with a dagger.
Yeah.
That mace, I would think one of the fighters.
Yeah, I'll
great
take the
use of
mace.
Excellent. And then the chainmail is probably not going to do anyone any good. The broadswords are nice. Otherwise, I think we've got everything.
Does anybody else want the potion of haste? If not, I'll take it. Okay.
There are a couple ways out of here. There's the way that you came, or there's this small little side passage over here.
Brandon, it says it won't let me take the potion of haste. Don't have permission.
Let me put it on.
Yeah, it's saying the same thing with me and the Ring of Warlocks.
Let me see if I can put it on your characters.
Got it.
Nope, now it's on there. Yeah, let me grab that for you. Ring of the Warlock. Perfect. And then I'm going to equip that Ring of the Warlock perfect on you, Aedan. And now that bumped up your willpower, gave you an additional 1, so now you're at 19 willpower.
Thanks.
Excellent. This way up here, it's one of those little snug passageways. It looks a little larger than the other ones that look like they would be pretty cramped. Makander could probably fit through this. It may take a little bit of scraping, probably make some noise, but I think it's doable.
Of course.
Or you can
I'll
go back
scout
the
it
way
out.
you came and continue to scout the chambers.
We'll scout it out, maybe sneakily. Say,
Yeah, give me-
everyone, let me.
Give me a sneaking roll. Nice.
Right.
Cutter, you can make your way through there. It snakes along. It's a natural cavern, likely cut in the limestone from the passage of water. It comes out into a little landing, and up here you can see there are stairs that lead up to the right. And over to the left, the passageway continues on, but you can feel a very cold breeze blowing from just to the northwest.
Does there seem to be any light coming from either direction?
No.
Okay, I'll maybe go a few more steps, then hasten back.
Now, when you get up to about there, you see a huge chasm stretching out before you. And this chasm has a noticeable feature here. There's a seemingly bottomless shaft, a dark abyss gaping before you, but thick cobwebs form a bridge to the other side, where it looks as though the passage continues into the mountain.
Okay, I'll head back. I think actually his curiosity will push him to maybe go a few flights of the steps.
So you begin
Does
to
he
head up, and
hear anything?
you go up about 30 or 40 steps, and they're cut into the stone. These are not very well worn, and so there's not much traffic that goes this way. But you notice that the dust has been disturbed in here. Someone or several someones has passed through here recently. You see booted prints here and there. If you give me a spot hidden roll, you might be able to get some more information from that.
Maybe. Got Bane with my anger. Nope.
Shoot. Yeah, it's tough to tell. It looks like boot prints, but you can't be sure.
Okay, I'm gonna head back. And I share with my compatriots. The way opens up. It looks to be quiet and safe at the moment, but there's some stairs that lead upwards with boot prints and a bridge of spider webs going the opposite direction back to the west.
Little boot prints likely belong to the brigands.
Thinking similar. If we want to pursue them,
Give me a beast lore roll, Cutter.
I will. This won't be good. Nope.
Yeah, it's very likely the brigands.
While our thief was scouting ahead, if the wizard, if he wasn't going to rest, would it be possible for him to tend to me? I believe then you can heal an extra d6, as I was quite battered from those spiders.
Yes, so as long as Aedan doesn't spend the time resting, then you can heal an additional 1d6. Oh, nice.
Very good.
Thank you, wizard.
Do you want to go that way, or do you want to go back the way you came? There is no wrong path.
Well, I can tell you that if we go back south, there was something in the dark that was moving.
Yes, there was. You narrowly avoided it, too.
Well,
Couldn't tell
I'll
you
lead
how big it was, though.
I'm happy to lead you all through here. It's a tight squeeze, but follow me. Oh, I can get through there.
You are all able to maneuver through there. It won't be done sneakily. You hear a few scrapes from Makander's armor and a few knocks from Johan's shield, but you manage to get through that little passage. It's kind of tough going, moving your character around. Just kind of reflects the tight squeeze.
I'll point out the footprints on the steps. See here? This is what I was talking about.
Johan, give me a beast lore roll. Yeah, it could well be brigands. They look like man-sized boot prints.
Do they seem to be, I guess, going up and down the stairs, right? Or just in one direction?
Up and down. Looks like both directions. The more recent ones seem to be going up, as though you see prints on top of other prints, and it looks as though the more recent, the topmost ones are going up the stairs.
Now what, brave knight?
Say we follow the boots.
Okay. Do you want me to scout ahead again?
Or
Can I do so sneakily, Mr. DM?
Absolutely. Give me a sneaking roll. The passage turns into a steep stairway and a narrow carved tunnel that leads sharply upward. Excellent. You are sneaky. After a few minutes of arduous ascent, the tunnel opens to reveal a small... I'll wait till you get there. A small building.
Sorry. It's quite long stairs. This is a large map.
Let me have you
Okay.
stop right there. There is you see a small keep, and you see the night sky up ahead. You hear orcish grunts from the other side of the wall upon which you stand.
Perhaps not those brigands. I'll sneak back and whisper about halfway down for my friends to join me. Come, I found something. There's a keep full of... It sounds like brutes. I don't know if they're brigands, but they sound not like men.
Yeah, well, perhaps they are mallards.
Oh, we lost our wizard.
The
There he
stairs,
is.
the climb was long and arduous for an old man.
Yeah, I'm going as fast as I can.
Cutter's like bounding up and down.
Now, when McAndra gets up here, you recognize this is a small garrison. This is not just a keep, but this is where a small force would be stationed, a military force. Are you still trying to be stealthy?
he
I'm
waddles.
You want to be stealthy?
Kinder waddles.
You'll need to make a sneaking roll, otherwise you will make your presence known.
I don't mind scouting some more. I'll
Yeah,
do another
scout ahead.
sneak roll here. Right. That's what I'm good at.
As
Creep to the edge here.
As you reach to the edge and peer over, you see several orcs milling about, and one of them looks to be rather fierce. Let me show a picture. This orc stands tall and muscular, with scars. They've likely spent most of their life fighting, and is likely fiercely loyal to whomever they serve. The other orcs look a little bit less bold and brash, but they are still just as dangerous. They are grunting to one another in their harsh tongue. Cutter, give me a languages roll to see if you can understand what they're saying.
Oh my, languages? Probably not.
No, very harsh talk. It sounds almost fearsome, like they're getting ready for battle.
Yeah, that's enough. He'll hold his hand up and slide back and whisper to his friends. Don't know if any of you have anything to barter with, but we're either in for a tough fight or some difficult conversations.
How many could you make out? How many were there?
How many did you see?
3. I think 3 or 4 at least. One particularly ugly one. Carried a big sword.
So do we want to fight, or do we want to move past? I vote fight.
Well, if the knight wants to do battle, I will back him up.
I don't want to die. I'm too young.
Now, the knight would know if this were a garrison, you will likely
Sure.
be outnumbered. But what the number will be, you don't know.
Yeah. We are a small force. It may be better to sneak past.
Or are any of you skilled
say-
in languages to try and eavesdrop and pick up on what they're saying?
What language is now?
Likely our wizard. Would he know this? His spells are in some strange foreign language. Perhaps he is familiar with this.
If Aedan wants to take a few steps towards that opening, emboldens himself and begins to listen, searching the recesses of his mind to try and pick apart the harsh orcish tones. And you do. It's hard to know exactly what they're saying, but you manage to pull a few terms out. You hear a name, Agra. This must be the name of the leader, as the other orcs seem to use that name with a certain amount of reverence. And they're telling Agra that the scouts have not returned, and they fear that the scouts have been lost, and that she has probably eaten them. One of the others talks about hidden treasures, and they doubt there are any treasures to be had here. You hear a smacking sound as Agra punches that one right in the face and tells them to be quiet. Only Agra will decide when the mine is played out.
Cutter remembers the dead body that was found and thinks that may have been the scout.
It was armored in likely what an orc might wear.
Perhaps I don't know how civilized these brutes might be, but they could be willing to share information if we have the right language.
I just picked up a very nice mace. Perhaps they would be willing to allow us passage or trade for information.
Perhaps we could also go back and retrieve that set of chainmail. Perhaps that would make them more likely to agree.
I think the bartering idea may be of a good choice. The chainmail will definitely help, as that might be something they could use.
You go back, there was the chainmail, there was a broadsword that you can gather. There's a few broken swords, broken weapons you could take. You could...
Like a short sword, I think.
To go back and
Yeah.
find that orc's body, you'd have to cross the river if you want to bring back the remains of their scout, or you could at least maybe share information about the scout.
We would share information about the scout because I don't want to play that.
Here's
river
the
game.
head of your scout. Look what we found.
Oh,
So you've got the chainmail, you've got the mace, you've got that broadsword. How do you make contact?
Eodin, do you want to step forward? I'll stand behind you or beside you, so if they attack, they hit me.
Maybe.
Does he?
So if you're going to try to talk to them, it will probably be a persuasion roll and maybe a bartering roll. If you're doing what I think you're doing.
Well,
So I'll let you
I
decide
actually have
who's best at that.
I have a 13 in persuasion, so maybe.
Are you?
I have a
Are you?
12. I could maybe help him out.
Yeah, so
give him
if you
advantage.
help, that will give advantage. It'll give a boon to the roll. You're
Yeah,
like,
let me
you're
help
like
him
the
out.
Vanna White, like showing off the chainmail armor, using the hand gestures. And...
Yeah. Really
Okay,
selling
so I'm
out.
gonna, whoever has a torch needs to step forward.
I think that's.
Could I also try to hide and maybe stay hidden in case things go south?
Yeah, that would be a sneaking roll.
All right, give me another sneaking roll here. Oh no! I try to go up these stairs and I fumble. I clatter back down.
Do you want to push that sneaking roll?
No, I think not.
As Mikander and Johan round the corner, the orcs whirl with weapons raised. You see scimitars and spears, and they begin to grunt, first in their orc language, and then in the common travel tongue of the Misty Vale. Who are you? Why you come?
I am. I step forward, but no, I think I'll just stay where I'm at. I don't want to step forward to him. So I say, I am Mikander of Half Bay. I am a knight, searching for a missing child. Have you seen such a victim?
Missing child. You are its mother? Perhaps you are its nursemaid? And they all start laughing and elbowing each other. Ah, the wet nurse duck here. Ha ha ha. Give the child your teat, right?
So Mechanica's going to step forward because that's a little insulting to him, and he's going to pull out the mace, but not in a threatening way. I have things that I could trade for such information.
Trade. You speak to Agra. And Agra, the large orc, comes over. Why have you not smashed their brains out now? Oh, then they see this mace. Where did you find this?
Along my journey.
You come offering this for your lives?
Our lives we keep. We offer it for information.
Give me that persuasion roll. And Aodin, are you helping out here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How are you helping?
Well, I'm still kind of showing like the other stuff I have too.
Maybe hold up the chainmail and the broadsword.
Yeah. Like here's some other stuff, guys.
Give me that persuasion.
You don't want it.
You know what you look like you need? You really need a suit of chainmail.
You need this fancy.
This would look so good on you. Oh my god.
Other orcs begin to emerge from deep within the keep. But Mikander, you have piqued Agra's interest. And Agra holds out his hand to take the mace. Do you let him take it?
I pull it back a little bit. It's like information. Are you willing to barter?
You see his hand go to the hilt of his scimitar, and he begins to squeeze his green knuckles, turning less green, more white. And he looks at you and says, "What information?" This baby? You come for baby?
Brigands. Brigands traveled through here?
Many come to steal the treasures of the cave, but they are ours alone. They belong to us. If any brigands dare set foot in cave, why, they will not be brigands for long. You have not heard of Sakshal, but Sakshal will not allow brigands in her cave. We have sent scouts deep into caves to find treasure, but we avoid Sakshal. When we cannot avoid Sakshal, we run. Brigands, they know not these things. Your brigands are likely dead.
And what is Sakshal?
Sakshal, I do not know the word in your language. Sakshal is the oracle. She
Can you point
is,
us to Sakshal?
She is ancient. She is as old as days. She is deep within her network of caves. Cross the web bridge. Traverse the tunnels. If she catches your scent, it is best you give me the mace now, so I don't have to go and get it from your dried husk of a body.
So Macander's going to kind of hold the mace back a little bit, and he's going to kind of over his shoulder. Is there anything else I should be asking? Anybody? Do we need a map?
Could we'll give such a mastercrafted mace for a scout to lead us. We could also show you maybe where your previous scouts have fallen.
Ooh, give me a bartering roll for that.
Who?
Whomever wants to make this roll.
I have a 6. Somebody else?
I have a 7 with a bane.
6 is
Johan's
probably
a 5.
6 might be the best.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Come on. Oh, I thought it was going to be a 4. We will not send scout. We will tell you where to find Sakshal. You tell us where to find our scout. You give me mace, suit of chain, and sword, and we walk away, not friends, but alive. You and me, Duck. You and me. We make this trade. I tell you how to find her. Go back the way you came. Cross the bridge. The tunnel will take you directly to her. Do not veer to the side. Only go straight.
Great. Straight goes to Sakshal.
That will take you to Sakshal.
All right. Then you can come with us, and you can cross the river, and go toward your fallen companion.
Our scout is across the river. We told him
Isn't he?
not to cross the river. That is why. Did the thing in the pond take the scout? That
I don't know.
That great slimy eel.
I don't know. Maybe, possibly. We only came upon his remains. It was fairly fresh.
I will send one to go with you. But he will not go
Very good.
into see Sakshal. He will pause. He knows where not to tread. He is
All
no
right.
fool. He will guide you.
All right. So I take the oh god, the skin, not the skin, the chainmail, the sword, and the mace, and I hand it over.
Perfect.
Yep.
He takes it.
This is
He holds it up
a
as
good
though
trade.
this is his war loot. Didn't even have to fight for it, but he feels like he got the better end of the bargain. He sends a scout, and the scout says, "Come this way. I show you the path." And the scout begins to head down towards the stairs. And he takes the stairs 2 or 3 at a time. He's going quite rapidly. And it reaches a point where he pulls out a torch and strikes it as it gets even too dark for him. Come this way. Where is your old man? He is not with you.
Aiden, Aiden.
There he goes.
Hold on, hold on.
There is old man. I worry these stairs were too difficult for him. I am young, I am bold. I am brave and fearless. There's
You're many
nothing,
things. It's
nothing
wonderful.
here that I fear. And then he reaches this point and he gets very still. Okay, you go across, you go through tunnel. That take you to Sakshal. I go far enough.
And what is Sakshal again?
Oh, they say she is a demon. She is older than
Is
this
she a-
stone.
Is she a spider? Is she a?
She
She's got many
is-
legs.
She has many legs. I
And do you happen to know any weaknesses?
Time cannot kill Sakshal, nor can you, I'm
Well-
afraid. The only
I'll,
You
weakness I
underestimate
know
my-
that she has is perhaps she likes to talk and hear herself talk. Many people come to her asking for wisdom, but she
she's an oracle.
speaks in riddles, and she only tells people what they want to hear, not what is best for them.
Mm.
She
I'll,
told Agra
Mm.
not to come back, but Agra come back, and now we have mace and chainmail and sword. See? She lies.
She does lie.
I,
All right.
I not go any further, no, but I tell Agra I take you there, yes?
You have. It is appreciated. Thank you.
And he steps back. He's going to watch your progress with great interest.
Yeah. Okay. Can I try and light my torch again?
Yes. Your torch should be dry by now, so you won't need to
Oh, so I
make a
just
roll.
light it?
Yeah, I'll light it for you. There we go.
I don't mind sneaking across this bridge.
Who goes
Alright.
first?
Are you sneaking?
Oh,
I am.
Nice.
very stealthy. Now, Cutter, as you get out on this woven bridge, it sways under your weight. And are you walking or are you crawling?
I'll say, Johann, this is it's a long way down. Hold this rope as I tie it around my waist, and I think I'll crawl.
Certainly.
That will be an acrobatics roll with a boon because of the rope as the bridge sways. And there is an upgust of wind that lifts the bridge and lifts you. And then as it lowers down, you manage to hold on firmly. And you pass through. And you can see great gaps in this web bridge. And as you get across, you know that one slip and you would go right down through the bridge. The rope extends about that far. Who is next?
Oh no.
Better if you can brace yourself. We might use the rope as an aid. Yeah, and then I'll.
Now, if
Across?
Aedan needs to, Aedan can use adaptive. Same with Johann. They've got that heroic ability. Makander is just going to have to hope that his luck will hold. So acrobatics.
Can I hang
roll-
on to the rope?
Yes, acrobatics roll with a boon.
Boy. Acrobatics with a boon.
Oh, perfect. With a dragon.
Oh.
You
Do I fly
get
across? Do I just fly across?
your forefathers. They once took to the air, and you feel for the first time like you are flying. Your people lost the ability to fly countless generations ago, but you may be the first duck in a long time that has survived a flight across a chasm such as this. And you reach the other side invigorated and emboldened by what has happened. On your passing, you note a few strands that looked really precarious, like your weight was beginning to cause them to overstretch or perhaps break. And you point that out to Johann and Aedan. You'll get an additional boon on your crossing because of that dragon. Who's next?
I guess I can go. I'll try and use my staves,
Yeah. Maybe
and that's an extra.
you see people balancing on a high wire. They're kind
Yeah,
of holding
exactly.
the staff
Hmm.
out. So you get 2
And I
boons,
get 2 bones.
and
Okay.
that'll just cost you 3 willpower.
All right, I'll take the willpower.
You got it. So using your staff as a balance tool, you hit one spot here, and you're like, oh, and you start to kind of drift over to the right, and the weight of your staff keeps you balanced, and you pull yourself back to safety. Johan, you're all that's left.
Right.
Oof. Johan, halfway across, your foot breaks through some webbing, and your leg falls through down to about your mid-thigh, and you manage to pull yourself out, but the rope bridge, or the web bridge, is beginning to swing rather precariously, and all this vibration, you were concerned about that earlier, and now you know Sakshal must know that we are coming. But you still manage to get across the bridge. And when you are back on non-webby land, you suddenly feel a great sense of relief. You have all made it to the other side. That orc that had come to help you, he disappears off into the tunnel, probably to go up and tell Agra what he has seen.
Well, I don't mind
All right.
continuing to sneak our way along here.
Yeah, sneak up ahead. See what you can determine.
Do I hear anything of note?
Give me an awareness roll.
Not great. Nope.
No, just the sound of dripping water. There's a few crunches underfoot, and you look down, and it's the dried remains of bats and mice and various beasties that have flown here into this terrible place. But you do
I'll
manage to
continue.
be quiet. You watch your step. You look out for those little carcasses. Now you see a crossroads. There's a road to the right and a road to the left. Agra told you to go
To go straight.
Yeah, but now which way
Straight,
do you
yeah.
go?
I think he'll toss a marble. Can I do a?
Ooh. Like an oracle die?
Yeah.
Yeah, just roll and do odds or evens or something.
Odds to the left. Not to the left, we then. Right.
Nice.
Sneak along here.
Give me another awareness roll.
Wish I was not so angry.
Oh man. Yeah, you
No,
can hear the sound of your heartbeat in your ears, and you realize that you've been holding your breath, and it's getting a little bit frightening, a little bit suspenseful. Up here, you see another crossroads, a path left and a path to the right.
I'll whisper back for my friends to advance. Again, we have a choice. Perhaps the road back was just looping around. Should we keep going forward?
Yeah, the orc did say to go straight.
Okay, I'll continue.
Yeah.
Do you need another sneak roll from me, Brandon?
Let me roll a dice, but give me another sneaking roll at this point. Okay. You guys have been really fortunate with the random encounters. Ooh, okay. There we go.
I sneeze really loudly.
You You step on a small skull of a cat, and it crackles and crunches, and then you feel a gust of wind from up ahead, and it blows past you as though something very large just up ahead has moved and caused the shifting of air in this cave. And you don't hear it, but
Something has moved.
You can sense just the movement of something huge.
I think Cutter trembles a little bit and feels a bit afraid. His resolve is not as active as it once was.
And everyone else heard that loud crunching sound, so they know you're not being sneaky at this point.
So
up ahead,
we can move forward.
You see a
I see some webs.
curtain of cobwebs. And they are moving as though there is something, either wind or something else is causing them to vibrate and pulse.
Well, this seems to be the lair of the Oracle.
Can we... Will we...
Oh, we're missing our wizard. Let me grab our wizard. Pull our wizard back into the light. Go to the light. Makander, as you step up, you get a smell, and it's a very foul smell. It smells like death, like a grave or a crypt. To negotiate past these webs, many of them are as large as tree trunks, and others like branches. It's as though you're passing through a thick brush. As you move through, some of the webs are sticky, but many are not. They're hardened, almost like stone. And you realize that limestone has run off from the walls and ceiling, much like it would form a stalactite or stalagmites, and calcified many of these webs.
Oh, cool.
To make almost a crystalline structure. Makander, up ahead, the dim light barely illuminates what appears to be a vast cave chamber. The far walls are covered in cobwebs.
Does anybody have recommendations moving forward? Or are we just going forward?
Perhaps this Oracle's not as bad as she sounds.
I mean...
Oh, you see legs up here, and you see a leg move. Let me send you a picture. You see the outline of something very large moving in the shadows, and then a faint voice speaks inside your heads, as if whispering in both ears at once. "Little creatures, why have you invaded our home?" And out of the abyss climbs a hideously large spider, thick as 2 fat horses with just as many legs. The spider braces itself against the walls as she looms over you.
We come... Makander going to step forward just a little bit more. We come seeking the Oracle.
You are speaking to the Oracle. I have seen the dawn of every day on this vale. I have heard the cries of kings, the cries of mothers, the laments of knights and heroes. I have seen the death of every living thing. Tell me, why do you seek the Oracle?
My companions and I are in search of a child
A child.
Can you tell us where this child is?
The
We do not come for ourselves.
The great spider turns her many-faceted eyes over here to the wall, and you see on the wall there is a small bundle. And this bundle, let me show you a picture, has a small, terrified child wrapped up in it.
That's probably the child we're looking for.
I am saving that particularly delicious treat for later. But tell me truly why you have come to beseech the oracle. You, little thief. And she looks at Cutter. Ask me the question you want to know. I will know if you are lying. I can read your thoughts.
Cutter fumbles a little bit with his marbles as a nervous tick and says to her, "If I'm truthful, oh enormous one,
And she seems to swell up with that little bit of flattery.
I came seeking lost treasures in a cave that I did not realize was your home.
You
The
knew the
child
oracle was here. You are not like those petty orcs that come seeking only what glitters and shines. They are a true pest, a thorn in my side. No, you come here for something else. Tell me, little one. Tell me
Yes,
of your
little one.
Tell me of your first provocation. Who made you the way you are? Why are you so thin-skinned?
Tell this great and powerful oracle what she desires to know.
And great and powerful, you see her almost trembling with delight at hearing you call her such.
Well, I suppose I wish to just prove to my dear father that I am as brave as his other son. Bigger and stronger brother.
And are you?
I think I can be.
Whether you
I'm
think
certainly-
you can or think you cannot, you are correct.
I'm certainly more cunning than him.
This is true.
But we, as the knight said, we seek the boy at least. His parents miss him dearly.
Do not change the subject, little one.
The hero's journey starts with the fool, and then the magician. I see the fool before me. Now I see the magician. Tell me, wise one. You are faint-hearted. Why? What are you afraid of?
Oh, well, dying is probably on top of my list. Getting confronted by something that could kill me would probably be number 2.
This is a very bad day for you indeed, then. Won't you come closer, wizard? Your beard is like a web. I desire to touch it.
Okay. Is that close enough?
A little closer, said the spider to the fly.
I think I'm good right here.
My eyesight is not so good. I must I must smell you. 2 steps closer, if you would. That's 1.
Oh, great one.
Yes.
I'm going to step forward. Oh, great one. We do not wish to take up your time and with such trivial beings as us. We only wish to return the child, but we know that you desire it as a treat. Is there perhaps something else you would desire in its stead?
I wish to know why you, who are the younger son, fancies yourself more important than your older brother.
I will not lie to you. You see all. He is not noble. He is not worthy of the armor he holds. He is not worthy of the sword he carries. He does not. He does not care.
Would you be worthy?
He's. I desire to be worthy.
Place your hand into my mouth. And she opens her great mouth. You see huge fangs opening up to reveal a smaller mouth lined with razor-sharp teeth. Prove your courage.
A test of courage. You asked me to test my courage by placing my hand into your most dangerous and lethal mouth.
Yes. Will you not do this thing for me?
Is this what you desire?
I desire many things.
Would I get the boy as an exchange?
If you do this, then we will speak of an exchange. But if I do not treat with those with courage, there is no further need for discussion. And she begins to slowly lumber forwards.
And McCander is gonna kind of straighten up even more, and just walk right up to her.
Wait! Oh, imminent one, she of many legs and wise eyes. You spoke of the thorn in your side. We met with these thorns. They are nasty and evil. Perhaps you would rather snack on a great feast, a host, and be rid of the orc scourge that lives in your attic.
If
She desires a test of courage.
If you show me your bravery, I know that you can deal with this thorn. I would see the orcs removed from my cave. If you can carry this out, we can make the exchange. Now put your hand inside my mouth. If you want to do it, give me a willpower roll.
Okay. Willpower here. Okay.
You put your hand in there, and her mouth slowly closes over it, and her smaller mouth completely holds your hand. It holds it firmly, but not piercing the flesh. And the larger mouth begins to envelop your arm up to the elbow.
And I'm just gonna stare her right in her many eyes.
You see,
unflinching.
You see the torchlight reflected in those eyes like glimmering stars. And she tilts her head to the side, and then just as quickly as she had begun, she opens her mouth, and you extract your hand. Finally, one worthy of a challenge. And she steps back. Bring me the head of the orc, and I will grant you free passage. I will give you the child,
And the child.
but you must
Could
bring
you-
me the orcs.
Would you be willing to cause yourself a small harm in order to get rid of a larger pain?
Cause
By this I mean,
myself harm.
could we take a piece and trick Agra into thinking that you've perished, and he would lead his host here, in which you could devour them?
I thought you were brave, not filled with deception. Perhaps I
But I said
misjudged you.
I'm the cunning one. The knight is brave.
I can do this. And she turns into the deeper recesses of her cave. And she brings out it's a huge hollow piece of exoskeleton. When I molted last, I saved this. It comes in handy to remind me of better days. And she slides a chunk of leg. It's, big enough you could probably step inside of it towards you. I shed this skin 2 centuries ago. It was a good skin. The one I have now grows weary of talk and grows hungry, and you see saliva beginning to drip out of her mouth. Do we have a deal or not? Rid my tunnels of this orc vermin, or die. That is your choice.
So are we certain that the shoe prints were brigands and not orcs?
Brigands? Do you say that out loud?
No. I'm asking like meta question.
Yeah, so you were never able to make a determination.
Okay.
We kept failing and thinking maybe it's orcs,
Yep.
maybe it's brigands.
Oh, okay. Okay, right.
Do you ask about the brigands, or where she got the baby?
Yeah. Before, oh great, all-seeing one, I do not desire to test your patience. I will make this short. But where might you came from, this baby? Did it brought to you by orcs or by brigands?
By men, foolish men, who came here thinking that I served them. They gave me the offering of the child, but what they asked was petulant. They were not bold, so I ate them. They are now hanging in a chamber to the south, where my children feast on them. I think 1 or 2 might still be alive, but I cannot say for sure. My children are hungry indeed. Do not take the passageway to the south if you value your own skin. Return with
Noted.
news of the orcs, and I will grant you that safe passage. Return not, and I
Very good.
will eat this child. And she reaches out an arm and strums the webbing near the child, and young Rorik cries out in pain and fear.
Then we will set off to the orcs.
Young one that is cunning. And she looks at Cutter. Approach me now. Closer. And she reaches one of her many legs back and then extends it out, and she has a web strand with a small cup in it. It looks like a sling. She says, "This I have for you, for you brought me something that many do not. You brought me cleverness. Most come here seeking only brute strength. But no, you came with an intelligent mind. It is rare that I meet one to which I can contend. It is hard to read your mind. Hence my questions earlier. I meant no harm in asking you about your past. Please, accept this, the sling of Sakshal. May it serve you well.
He'll
It is a
Take
magical
it.
sling.
Ooh. He'll take it and bow his head and back away slowly here.
As
May
you
have to-
bow your head, you feel something brush, and as you come up, you see the spider's leg was stroking your hair, and then it pulls the leg to its mouth and tastes. Yes,
Ugh.
you are
Gross.
you are quite good. If the orcs fail to heed your message, return to me, little one. I would make your acquaintance in a more appetizing way.
Of course, you're ancient one. And I'll back away quickly.
As you head out of the caves, you hear that voice in your heads again. Do not fail me.
All right, everyone, let's go.
We're going this way?
Hey, let's go. You want to stay here, or you want to go? Go ahead and move out.
Go take care of those orcs. So what's the plan for the orcs?
That's a good
Well-
question. Let's move ahead a little ways before we start talking out of the earshot of this giant ancient thing that we are praising as we walk. Just we're gonna keep walking, keep walking. Everyone keep walking. Just gonna
Keep
walk
walking.
away. Where's our wizard? Look. Let's get up around this bend.
As you come down here to the bridge, you see many dozens of those little spiders. And they scurry about on the ground, and they make a path for you. They open up a path towards that web bridge, and they form a flat, almost like a blanket. And
Oh,
Cutter, you think they're waiting for you to lay upon them, and perhaps they will carry you across.
Yeah, Cutter is gonna hold out the piece of the leg and just say, "I am a friend," and I'll lay on top of the spiders.
The spiders,
I don't know that showing them a leg is a friend.
the spiders will
Look, I have a piece of your
convey
mom.
you across into the darkness. You feel this writhing, undulating mass beneath you, but they carry you across the webs and deposit you on the other side.
So kind.
Makander, the same for you. They convey you across
Yeah.
to the other side. Likewise, Johan
Oh, so kind.
and Aedan. The spiders carry you.
All right, I want to do. If we're gonna go back and mess around with these guys, I want to do shift rest,
Yeah, me too.
So a
a
shift,
round rest. I guess.
you could do a round rest. You could do a stretch rest. A shift rest would be like
Oh, yeah.
6 to 8 hours, and she would probably eat the baby by then. But you could,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
haven't done
good
your
round
round rest or your shift, or excuse me, your stretch rest, you could do either of those now.
Yeah, I'll do a stretch.
Okay. I think I'm
I'll
stuck
do a
in a
stretch.
wall.
Oh, let me move you off the. I think you are stuck in the wall. Let me get you out of there.
And then I can remove a condition. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Condition.
Okay. So let's walk a little ways further, just away from the spiders, so they can't hear us. In fact, I might suggest we return to our place where we found all the items.
Which was just to the south, just down that little tunnel there.
Yeah, if I can just move me that way. So yeah, everyone just gonna come with me. We have a conversation to be had.
Oh, we're going all the way back here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just so we're out of earshot of anything that might want to listen to what I have to say.
I'll move Aiden down there for us.
There we go.
Okay, I think we're out of earshot. Can we take an awareness or whatever to make sure we're out of earshot?
Yeah, yep, give me an awareness roll.
Because I'm so good at that.
I'll listen. Yeah. I think we're all
Oh, there
failing.
we go. So
there we go.
Johan,
Fantastic.
he ensures that there are no prying eyes or ears around. You even check up on the ceiling and make sure there's no spiders clinging to the ceiling.
Yes, I don't
Okay.
believe we can hear us here.
Okay, I said that we would head off to the orcs. I did not say that we would take care of the orcs. We should probably talk about what we need to do. And I would say the argument is, who is the bigger threat? If we leave the oracle, there's possibility of more children and other, living people brought to and killed by this thing. With the orcs, it's, they just want the shiny things and they may move on. So if we kill the oracle, we may be taking care of two things at once.
Hmm.
Yes, perhaps we could convince the orcs to help us kill the oracle.
I'm kind of wondering. Yeah.
Yeah. Or convince the orcs that the oracle is dead, and they maybe just Agra goes and is eaten. But I don't know how we would argue that. That's the only reason I thought we might try to take a piece of Shira, whatever her name is.
Chakra? Shakira?
Shakira.
Shakira. Yes, I don't know. It seems to be a hard choice.
Does our wizard have any wise ideas?
Well, doesn't sound like a good way either way.
Yeah, it will be a fight either way.
I guess the best thing would be trying to get some help to fight one side, because we could try. I mean, I don't know how good we do against either side just in a full-out battle.
McCander, give me a spot hidden roll. You think back about when you saw everyone there at the garrison, how many there were, and you can't remember. You know there were at least 4, but there may have been more orcs than that.
Yeah.
And Agra looked to be
Garrison.
by far the most deadly.
Correct. We could propose the idea that they take us as hostages. Like, we came to attack, they took us as hostages. They're offering us as meals in exchange for riches. To now I can't think of anything other than Shakira.
Sakshal.
Sakshal. That way we have reason to bring them back, or we have reason to come back with the orc, so she doesn't fight immediately. And then we spring an attack on her. We could attempt that. That way, if she does win, then maybe she doesn't kill us.
I think if she wins, we're all dead meat.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I do think having more people against more against her would be better. But
We
we would
only
need
have-
to. We would need to take out Agra, just to be certain.
Yeah, we only need Agra's head, but I don't know if we can separate Agra from the rest of the garrison.
So do we want to try this, or do we want to actually go and fight the orcs?
Well, maybe they are. We could always go back and see if they're sleeping or if they're away to get just Agra by themselves.
What will we offer him though? Like,
We have nothing left.
Can we? Is there anything else in this room? Could we take a look around this room?
Yeah, most of the stuff in here is broken, rusted,
Yeah.
discarded. Everything that was of value you have found.
We could
Great,
tell
and give it away.
Agra that we found a hoard of great wealth, and that we could not carry it, and that if he sends him and some of his orcs with him, that perhaps they could help cart it away, and then that could lure him out.
Perhaps showing this piece of Sakshal would convince them that we were able to talk to her and get her to reason with us as proof.
As proof of what?
That
She-
she shared her treasure with us because we were worthy.
Cutter, give me a awareness roll.
Or
You hear movement coming from the passage up here that you came down.
I think we're no longer alone, friends. We need to act.
Then we try to persuade. We try to persuade and team up against Chakral.
As
Yeah.
you say this, you see this little mass of spiderlings coming into the room. And they pause. And then they begin to scurry away.
Okay. I think that is not a good sign. Let us move
I
quickly.
have one other idea. Perhaps
Make it quick.
Perhaps the spiders have helped us as they helped us across the bridge. Perhaps I could go grab some of the eggs from that room we passed by earlier and throw them into the garrison and see if we can cause a little bit of chaos. Maybe some
For what?
spiders will attack. Spiders will attack.
So we're gonna attack the orcs?
Cutter's really afraid of the little threat to be eaten. So
Well, if we kill the orcs, then you're gonna have to go back and see the spider, and hopefully she keeps her word. If we kill the spider, then you can't be eaten.
true. If we killed the spider, she's
Right.
more
If we have help,
ancient than-
we have help killing the spider.
Yes, I think we should try and ally with the orcs. That seems to be most beneficial option for us.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is the best choice. Do we agree?
Aiden, what say you?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Well,
Then we go.
let me tricky to get back through here.
As Makander, as you reach the edge of the tunnel, you see not only the spiderlings, but a very large spider, about the size of a wolf, waiting out here, and it's stamping its feet impatiently.
And I would say, strategy. I don't know if you understand me, but we are strategizing to make sure that we can kill them. And then Kander is going to move forward.
The spider quickly retreats down the passageway towards that web bridge.
Oof. It's uncomfortable.
And it may be beneficial to us to begin fighting that spider by, if we had our wizard set her webs aflame, that way it would be difficult for her to get reinforcements.
Where's our wizard?
Remember the stairs.
Behind you.
He's got bad knees.
Right.
Okay.
Cutter,
Who's going to-
you got the leg, so... And, was it Johan that was doing the Vanna White?
Aoden, I think.
Aiden.
Oh, was yeah.
Agra!
Okay.
Agra,
Hey.
they're back! They're back! And they head back into the garrison.
Vanna White the shit out of this. Come around the corner. Yeah.
What did you bring me? Says Agra as he steps forward. Did you speak with
We
the lady?
we did. We did, and she was more agreeable than we had anticipated.
Did you get your baby?
Unfortunately, no, we did not. But we did get this, and point to the leg.
Ooh. Are you trying to pass this off like you cut her leg off?
I want to see what he does with it.
Give me a performance roll, just as you hold it up.
Performance, not persuasion.
If-
Shit.
Do you want to push that?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that 3 would have been nice. What? Piece of a dead a dead spider? That thing is ancient. It is old. You found a dead spider. Well done, brave
We
knight.
found. No, she gave this to us as a promise. This is one of her best shells. She keeps it as a trophy of sorts, something to remind her of better days. She said she is old and weak now.
She is not weak. She is old, but she is not weak. Why did she give you this?
To show that she does not want to fight, and if it's only treasure that you want, you may take it and leave.
She does not want to fight. Her best treasure is going to be where she is at. She will hoard it there for herself.
And I'm showing you one of her greatest treasures. She gave this to us as a declaration.
All right, give me
As a
that
promise.
persuasion roll.
Good luck.
Does anybody else want to any boons to this?
If Aoden wants to help out,
Yeah, I'll do a boost again.
okay, so you get a boon on that. With the boon, you pass. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Friends, perhaps we can take her. If what you
I believe
say
we
is
can.
if what you say is true, you join us in the fight, and we share the wealth.
Yes. Yes. But the child is unharmed. The child stays unharmed.
I care not for your baby. Your baby does not buy ale. Your baby does not buy women or weapons. I want
Some circle they might, but
gold.
we won't leave that alone.
All right. And Agra steps forward to Mikander, does a little snoot, and hawks into his hand, and holds it out to shake. We agree. We allies in fight against Sakshal. Do you clasp that little loogie
I'm not
on
sure
his
how
hand?
a duck spits, but the duck spits. And splashes it
It
like full
squishes
on.
between your fingers, squirming. It's
Is this
oozing
the same
out.
hand? This is the same hand that she
Had it in her mouth.
I had in her mouth, so it's already
Already-
gooey.
Oh, yeah. He shakes very well. We march now. And Agra, out of my way, puny humans.
Yep. And we're just gonna kind of stand back. Oh God, get going. Take off.
All right, I'm going to move these guys all. In fact, I'll move us all as one. Make it a little easier.
Oh great.
Let me move us onto the map. Let's see. Copy. The spiderlings will convey you across that bridge. They take the orcs as well.
Not
Good.
Yeah, it's they. It's almost like the spiderlings think that the orcs are, and so I've moved you on the map if you can't find yourself. You're back
Yeah.
in the tunnel. The spiderlings think that maybe you are bringing dinner to their mother.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I wanted.
Come, my friends. Then he looks. Brave duck, you and I, we take the lead, yeah?
Yes.
Come on, you and me.
I can walk.
If it walks
Stay
like
close.
duck, it must be duck.
I resembled that remark. He says unhappily because he doesn't appreciate it.
All right.
Wait here. Wait here. Just don't come. Stay there.
All right, but only
Okay.
for a minute. I want to
Okay.
slash and crush and bite.
So I'm gonna look at our wizard, and kind of like nod, like knowingly about the plan to like set things on fire.
Although
And then I'm gonna come in.
it did just occur to me that if we do set that on fire, that might
The
harm
baby is,
Rorik,
yeah, the
as he
baby
was
is wrapped in
harmed.
the webs.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, we know why we're here. We know why we're here. And I'm gonna walk straight into the room, and ahead of him quickly, right to where she's at, and I go, and I'm gonna whisper, "Dinner."
She
And
takes
then I'm
a step
gonna, like-
forward.
Step back.
Well, it seems you have brought the flies to the spider. And Agra steps forward. This our cave now. You go. You no longer welcome here. You go in one piece or two pieces. It is your choice. And he begins to swing his scimitar in a wide arc. I'm going to pull Aoden up to the light.
So where's the baby at? Where exactly?
So If you go to the side just a little bit, the baby's right up here. You'll see a little bundle in the web if you get over there.
Oh, it's okay. I see. I need to walk a little further that way. Ah.
All right, I'm just going to pull us into initiative because it's about to go down.
Wild West here.
You guys want to draw an initiative card?
Yes. Where is...
There we go. Orc Warrior number 1 is going to switch with Agra. Agra will step up. You bow before orc power. And Sakshal crouches down, ready to pounce. And as she does this, Agra swings the scimitar. And strikes her. And the blow lands across her back. It's like swatting a mosquito for all the damage it did to her. And she begins to hiss as though she has finally met a combat worthy of her. Cutter, your turn.
I'd like to let one of our let's see, Johan's pretty. I'll trade with Makander.
All right.
Oh.
You can also trade with one of the orcs if you want.
Oh,
Or you can also trade with Sakshal if you want.
Okay. Yeah, let's Sakshal go. I'll go right after Makander. So trade for a 7.
Let's see. Let me do this. Hang on. Let me grab 7. There we go. All right. Sakshal. She will regard Agra with great interest. Oh, let me get an attack table for Sakshal. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, I am not seeing this here. There we are. Okay. Sakshal, the famished spider, lunges at Agra, frantically attacking with its multitude of hairy, barbed legs. Everyone within 2 meters, which is only Agra, will suffer 2d8 piercing damage. So only 3 to Agra. Not a lot. In fact, Agra's chainmail deflects much of that. You get the sense that she's just toying with him. This orc warrior, wanting to prove himself worthy, will step up. Will target Sakshal and slash out with a scimitar. And it clangs off of her hardened leg. Johan, you're up next.
Johan will take this time to just tell Cutter that perhaps if, well, we keep the spider occupied, if he wanted to go and rescue Rorik, then if things start to go south, we could always just make an escape.
Cutter winks.
And then he will also approach the spider.
You attacking the spider?
Yes.
I have been deceived. You will all die. Aedan, your turn.
All right. Well, launch a big fireball at the head spider Betty. Or a fireball, not a big one.
They're just little. It's a snowball made of fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Roll damage. Excellent. Sakshal. The spider's serrated mandibles swish through the air like scimitars. The attack inflicts 3d8 slashing. 1 Agra, 2 Johann, 3 the other orc. The other orc. That's probably going to kill him. Oops, attacked the wrong one. Sorry. Does he have armor? He does. Oh, he's almost dead. No, it took 18. Never mind. He is dead. Orc warrior number 1 will step up, swing a sword. I've got some combat music. Let's get some combat music going.
Yeah, there we go.
Alright. And that's a miss. Cutter, you're up.
It's not going well, gents. Cutter will, I think, so dash is double move, right?
Double move. You could move 12 squares.
Okay, so
And
I'm gonna go
diagonal
1,
counts as
2,
1.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Get over here.
Nice.
I
McAnder.
So I will move up to the child. And can I set him free?
So you need to climb up there. That needs to be either a strength or an agility roll. I'll let you choose which one.
Strength.
Yep. So you managed to pull yourself up to the child. You can see that Rorik is bound tightly in webs.
And can I cut him free?
On your next turn, you could. It would take a strength roll
Okay.
to try and cut him free, but it took your action to be able to scale those webs.
Okay, gotcha.
That is a miss. Get rid of this dead orc. This one will take his place. And that's a hit. Nice. And Sakshal. Everyone within 2 meters suffers 2d8 piercing damage. That's going to be all the orcs and Johann.
Oh no.
So everyone will suffer 5. Not too bad. I will take 3. That one takes 3. That one takes 1. That one takes 3. 3. Perfect. Round number 2. Johan, you're up first.
All right.
Nice.
Then, no, I will stay engaged for now. I need to, I guess, know when it's time to run away and stay engaged in combat.
The 8-legged horror raises its rear end and attacks a character with a poisonous stinger that shoots out of its repulsive body. The attack inflicts 2d10 piercing, and the victim who sustains at least 1 point of damage is also injected with paralyzing poison. This attack can be parried. I'm going to roll a d5. So Orc is 1, 2, Agra's 3, Johan's 4, the other Orc is 5. The other Orc. The lone Orc. He will take... Man, low rolls. Holy cow. He will take 1. And then poison. So I roll for the poison. Potency 16. It succeeds if it rolls below a 16, which it does. Now the Orc makes a Constitution roll. His Constitution, he needs a 7 or lower, which he did not get, so he takes the full poison. It is paralyzing poison, which makes him exhausted, and he must make a con roll each turn. If not, he cannot move or take action. So he is in a bad way. Cutter, your turn. If you want to climb up, it's agility or strength to get up there.
Do I get the sense that Makander will be able to handle it by himself? Or
he's up there. There's a good chance he'll get it free.
I will. I'll delay and be. I'll switch with Makander and be ready to grab any. Try to catch a falling child if he fumbles.
Yeah.
Perfect. Makander, you're up. Strength roll to break the child free.
Alrighty.
You get young Rorik free. There's an awful lot of pulling and tugging, and you can feel the webs vibrating and thrumming. And Agra turns her head up and sees you, and if a spider could give you a look of hatred, she is doing it now. If you've got the baby, you can move. You can move half your movement up here, which your movement is 8, so will be 4 squares. So you can move 2 squares.
So that would put me down by Cutter?
Yep. Yeah, you can move down here by Cutter.
Okay, and I'm going to say, take the boy, make a wide arc away, around, exit.
Right.
Give me 1 second. Aiden, you're up next.
Alrighty, shooting another fireball.
Nice. Roll damage. This is a power level 2. Do a little additional damage. Nice. And you see that she has drawn. You have drawn blood. She is wounded, and this will enrage her further. Cutter, you have. Do you have the baby?
I do. So he is unconscious, or what's the state of the child?
No, still conscious, and it's not crying, but it looks like it's just exhausted and just almost frantic, and it looks at you with a pale face. It's likely been poisoned, maybe with a little bit of venom.
Okay. I will, move. Let's see,
Are you being stealthy? That would be a sneaking roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that for sure. Barely. And I'll sneak, back kind of behind some of the webs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think, gosh, I'll use my action to cut the child free.
Okay. Give me a knives roll.
Knives.
Nice. You've got the baby free of the webs.
Okay.
Aggro will attack. That's a hit. Warrior attacks. That's a miss. Ooh, this one gets a dragon. Double damage. That's a miss. Now the spider. Oh, the first thing she does, she recovers. It's not letting me do her action. Let's go on. It will not let me do her action. Alright, I'll do it this way. Roll a 6-sided die and I'll check your table. 5. Sorry, let me just grab this, see if this will work. Okay. There it goes. Mandibles. It just... No, it did the poison stinger. Oh, in fact, that guy needs to make a Constitution roll. Nope. So this guy falls to the ground prone. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again to see who she attacks. Be the first orc, 3d8 slashing. 16, orc warrior number 4 is dead. And she goes again. Ooh, everyone within 10 meters.
Oh.
Is that McCander? That is.
Oh.
Let me measure from her face. I think that's 10 meters from. Yes. So McCander, Let me measure from this square to Aedan. Nope, not Aedan. So everyone except for Aedan will need to make a will roll to resist fear, and except for Johan. Let me roll for first orc. That orc is fine. Let me roll for Agra. Agra is not fine. And the last orc. Last orc is not fine. So Makander's okay. Let's see. Agra and the last orc. Enfeebled. So Agra will lose willpower and become disheartened.
Is Cutter in range?
No, Cutter was not in range.
Okay, cool.
Aedan, you're up next.
All right. Time to play some fireball on that spider.
Ooh!
Ah.
Roll on the mishap magic.
Oh no!
Oh, you become a category older. You're already old, so you become very frail. You get -2 strength and con, and this is permanent. So let me adjust your strength. It's now 6, and your con is now 9. That's brutal.
That is damn.
Ugh. So you're now a very old man as the magic refused to obey.
That's rough.
Sakshal. So everyone within 2 meters, 2d8 piercing. Johan, you can evade if you want.
No.
Oh, 11. Orc warrior number 1 is dead. Orc warrior number 2 is dead. Agra is almost dead. Sakshal. With a great leap, it launches its massive body at a character. The attack inflicts 3d6 bludgeoning and knocks the victim down. This could be Makander. I'll do one. In fact, could it reach Cutter? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, it could reach Cutter. So 1 is Makander, 2 is Cutter, 3 Agra, 4 Johan, 5 is Aedan. Makander. You can try to evade this. It would cost you your action.
No. Not gonna evade.
Let me give the spider an evade as it moves away. No, so Johan, you get a free attack.
Does
And Agra does as well.
Agra?
Yep. Nice. Let me add Agra's damage. And Makander, you will take... Oh, not bad. 7 damage, which I think you have 6 armor. Yes, you'll take 1 damage, and you're knocked prone.
Oh, not too bad.
Taking point damage.
Agra's turn. We'll rush up. We've almost got her. That's a miss. Makander, you are prone. You can stand up as a free action. I'm going to assume you want to stand up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna move around
Okay.
here.
That does not provoke an attack from her.
Yeah. And so I get next to my ally, and I'm going to. Man, which choice does it make? And how do I? This is the first time I've done this. How do I attack?
You want to attack him?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack him. I'm
Okay.
gonna attack aggro.
So you've got him targeted. Just go ahead and click on your battle axe.
I did, and it brings up the.
Does it say
Oh, I see.
Boons or Banes?
Well, I can't bring up the thing in the bottom left anymore.
I'm having
Right click.
Yeah, I'm having some issues as well. Open your character sheet and then just click on the battle axe, and it should do the same thing.
That's the thing. I'm trying to do that, and it won't accept it.
Let's see. I can get it for you. You okay if I go ahead and roll this?
Yeah, go do it.
That's a hit. Can you click on roll damage? I'll let you do the damage part.
Where does it say roll damage?
On the chat.
Oh,
In
there
the chat.
Got it.
11 minus 4 is 7. How do you take Agra's head off?
In one, okay. So I'm going to look at Agra, and I'm going to smile real big, and with one swing, I am going to just lop his head off right into the air. So if she wants to bite it, eat it, whatever, she can.
Oh, that's awesome. Johan.
I will switch with the spider to see if she's gonna reason with us now that the orcs are dead.
Let's see. Is she spider? Let me roll an attack and see. Okay. She reaches out this stinger and spears the head of Agra in the air. And as the stinger pulls back, she gobbles them out and she crunches it like if you've ever seen a video of a hippo eating a watermelon, and it just explodes in a spray of juice. This spray of brain and bits of green skin and hair and an eyeball just plops out of her mouth in a sloppy mess as she just crunches and cracks and delights in this. And she rears back, and you hear the voice into your head. You stung me. This I cannot abide. This was not the deal.
Makander's gonna basically kneel down with his weapon in a non-attack kind of, with his axe kind of like in front of him, but like not attacking, right? Kind of like as a defense, and he's gonna say, "Wait, listen." He's gonna try to get her attention to hold her attack to talk.
Johan, your turn.
Yeah, I guess I will come back here, and I guess I'll wait to see how she responds.
Cutter?
I think he's going to still sneak further away in case this negotiation doesn't end well. Come on. Okay. And he's going to back
So
further.
she has not seen you at all.
Yeah, he's sticking close to the wall here, I think. And one, two, three, four, I think 6 there, maybe.
You can
and
hear
then-
sounds
yeah,
coming
dash.
from right there.
Ah! I'll stop right there. I'm just gonna hide in this corner until things are resolved one way.
The spider will look at Makander. Put your head in my mouth. And she opens up her mouth, and you can see bits of Agra still hanging out of her teeth.
So, oh crap. Vikander is going to say, "Great one, wise and ancient. You are more powerful than we can overwhelm. Like we knew that we cannot overpower. We knew. My team knew that we could not overpower you. We wanted to give you a gift. We wanted to give you food, and fun, entertainment, and delight. Were you not? Did you not enjoy the battle? You found a foe that could fight you, but not truly overcome you.
Give me a
It's
persuasion
not
roll. You're making good points. I'm going to give you a boon.
Oh, good.
If ever you needed a dragon right now.
The 4 will do.
Okay.
Put your head into my mouth, and I will judge you.
Makander's going to stand up again, just with that kind of defiance, like I am courageous and nothing. I'm afraid of nothing. And he goes, "Into your great head I trust." And he just walks forward and puts his head in.
And you feel this warm embrace as her leathery mouth skin covers over you. And you feel this little tongue lapping at you, licking at your face and probing into your mouth. And then
Are we kissing?
she releases you and says, "I do not like the taste of duck. Now, you have proven to be great sport. You have proven to be a worthy foe. My
You
life
humble me.
was never at risk. My children were very near." And she calls out, "Come in, children. You need
yes.
not destroy them." And you see several massive spiders that had been waiting in the shadows of the exit begin to pile into the room. And they form almost a barrier to block the escape. And she slowly skitters away. "You may have your prize. You have brought me many tasty orcs to eat." And she skitters up the web, and she pauses and looks at where the baby was and is no longer. And she whirls around. "You are very clever indeed. But to catch a fly, you must be a spider." And her great bulk slowly drags itself. And you see blood and other juices spilling out from her body as she comes down towards Cutter, tasting the air with her mouth.
Yeah, can we tell how close she was?
She's still got like 25 hit points.
Okay.
Couple
Might
more
be able to do
rounds. Once the other giant spiders came in, it was going to be a little tougher.
Yeah.
But she took a pretty good beating. "Little thief, you are better than I thought. The baby is yours. Sakshal keeps her word. Even if you," and she spins around and looks at all 4 of you, if you do not. I will be better prepared when next we meet. We will not be friend or foe. We will decide that day if we dance again. And she backs into her cave.
Look forward to that day.
These 3 spiders down here turn and begin to walk out of the cave. And they turn and whoops, that one walked into the wall. They turn and beckon at the rest of you to follow. And you hear the voice, "They will lead you to safety."
Okay. So, does Vikander see our wizard?
Yeah, right there.
Good lord, you're old. Do you need help?
Frail old man can hardly stand by himself.
Yeah, Vikander will help him out the out. I don't know how to bring him
Hopefully
with me,
there
but
is an animist or someone in outskirts who could reverse that or help our wizard with his condition.
okay. All right, moving on. Oh,
Get our wizard out of the webs. There we go.
There we go.
arrow buttons are stopped. No one's working.
And when Cutter and Johan, the room you just passed where the other giant spiders wait, you see 6 bundles wrapped in webbing large enough to be a man. These were likely the bandits.
Too bad for them. We don't care for baby killers.
The spider stops here at the water and bids one of you to climb on top of its back. And Cutter, you climb on top of the spider's back, and it carries you upside down across the ceiling over the water. And we'll do the same for the rest. We'll carry you all to safety. Oops, Nikander's in the wall. There we go. And the spider will lead you out the way you came. And it pauses here at the entrance to the cave. And you can see that dawn is cresting over the eastern horizon as you come out. And once you reach the exit, the spider climbs up to the ceiling and quickly scurries away. You have made it out of the Oracle Cave, alive and with the baby Rorik. You head back to town, weary, wounded, and having passed through something the likes of which you will never forget. And Aoden wonders just how many years he has lost. Let's have an epilogue. This will be 1 month from now. What is happening to Johan? Where is he? How has this changed his life?
Well, Johan, always the boastful fighter, is likely telling tales about how he bested a great spider, even though she is still alive. He probably wouldn't include that part in his tales.
What about Cutter? What is Cutter's takeaway from this adventure? Are you there?
You're on mute, John.
Yeah, sorry, I muted myself
Oh,
earlier.
it's
One
a
of my
fan-
kids came in.
It's a fantastic talk. So,
Yeah,
sorry.
I think Cutter was happy to see Roderick return to his family and maybe thought longingly a little bit of his own, but stays in outskirt and often plays target practice with his sling and some marbles. And every now and then, when he sees a spider, he kind of avoids hurting it or stepping on it.
Nice, because you never know. Perhaps the
You never
Oracle is
know.
still watching. Aiden,
Yes.
1 month from now, you're getting mail from the AARP and getting the senior discount at every restaurant in Outskirt. How are you spending, or how has this changed your life?
Well, I always kind of felt old, so
Now you look old
now,
too.
now, now I'm really contemplating retiring from the game.
This whole adventuring
So,
thing's for younger people.
yeah, this adventure took a lot out of me, and so I think this might be my last one.
What about for
Just because
Makander? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry,
I
Tom.
was just gonna say, just because I'm completely exhausted now.
Yeah, those stairs did you in. That was enough. What about
Up and down and
Makander?
up.
Makander is continuing on his path of knighthood and helping those he can help. He also avoids spiders for the same reason as Cutter. He's like, I am not going to incur more wrath. I'm not going to test my limits. He also has developed a dislike for the sound of chewing, and kind of smacking and like things that have to do with the mouth, and on really, just bad nights. He tends to have nightmares of being dismembered, being chomped to bits, or being swallowed by something. He wakes in a cold sweat, but then remembers he's alive and he tries to go back to sleep and ignores it.
You wake up one morning and there is a bit of cobweb in the window outside the room you're staying in, and you see some of the dew forming on the cobweb, and then you look closer and it spells out something. It's written in there. You see the letters in there, and it says, "I'm watching." And that's where the adventure will end. Now you get to do improvement rolls. This is how you level up. So there's two ways to do this. The standard way is to answer a questionnaire, and I'll read you the questions, and then I'll tell you what I usually like to do. So normally, what you do when you improve, you'll answer these questions. The first question is, did you participate? Yes. Did you explore a new location? Yes. Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries? Yes. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? Yes. And did you give in to your weakness, which I basically preyed on all of your weaknesses, so that would be yes. So that would be 5. Normally what I do as a house rule is I just give everybody 5 advancements. But what you'll do is you'll get 5 additional ones, so these are in addition to what you've gotten from demons and dragons. So if you open up your sheet and go to your skills, you'll see all the ones you have for demons and dragons. You can select 5 more skills that don't already have the little improvement mark next to them. Select 5 more, and then when it's your turn, you just click on the little up arrow and it will do the roll for you. And if you roll above your score, it will add 1 to your score. So let's start with Johan, if you're ready.
Sure.
So acrobatics did not go up. Oh, there we go. Your awareness goes up. Not beast lore. Bushcraft goes up. Not your hammers. And not your swords. And not your evade. But healing does go up.
And that's all.
And myths and legends.
For me?
Excellent. Cutter, if you're ready, we can do you next.
Yeah. Acrobatics. Used a lot of that.
Excellent. That's gone up.
He learned a little bit of bushcraft, maybe, going out in the woods.
Yes, you did.
Cool. He did some talking with a creature.
Did go up.
All right. I did a lot of sneaking. Not enough to.
Not
And then
enough.
knives
Nope.
and sling.
Oh, there we go. Sling goes up.
Cool.
How about Makander?
Because he sucked at acrobatics.
Oh, the demon would have been great.
um,
It's like your best roll right there. Look at that.
yeah. Because he wasn't very aware.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, whoops! That came up as a skill roll, not an improvement roll.
Oh.
So we
Yeah,
can.
you gotta click on the arrow.
Oh. Do you click the up
little,
arrow?
the little gray circle with the up arrow.
Okay. Oh, then I need to uncheck aerobics because I rechecked it.
Oh yeah, so that one did not improve because you rolled a 2. So that one
Okay.
you did correct, but the other one,
Okay. Well, this one won't count.
there we go.
Okay, fine. All right. So awareness.
Oh, there we are.
Okay. Bartering because he actually did some bartering and
Oh, then
he thinks maybe he got gypped on the mace.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. Bushcraft because he couldn't light that dang torch in the dark.
There we go.
Languages because he couldn't understand what was being said.
Nice.
Sneaking because he clanked his way through the entire thing. And he's still going to clank his way through the entire thing. Spot hidden because, again, he can't find crap.
Nice.
And because he sucked at swimming. And he's a duck.
Hey, there we go. Swimming goes up. Excellent.
All right.
Aiden, you're last.
All right. Oh.
Oh, that's not when we want to roll dragons. There we go.
Eh.
Darn it.
There we go.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Shoot. Ugh.
Ah.
Here's the important one. Your spells.
Yep.
Nope.
Ah.
Darn it. All right. Well, thank you so much for playing. I had a blast. Yeah, make sure everyone does the full rest. You can do that shift rest. Get everybody back where they should be. And then click on the hourglass to do the passage of time, just so everyone is reset. I will save these characters if you like, so if you want to continue to use them, you can if we play again. I'll keep track of them on Foundry. I recorded the session tonight, so I have a video of it. I will post the link to it. If you guys want to watch it, you're more than welcome to. If you have any objections to me posting it, just let me know. Otherwise, it's there for you to relive the glory and the agony of falling in the river and all the other things that didn't go our way. I will leave the server up for just a little bit longer. I'll probably shut it down in the next 20 minutes or so, but if you need to linger on the server. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording.